listen up. Whoop, whoop. Heather McDonald. Juicy Scoop.
Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. So you guys, I have the great interview with Melissa Rivers, daughter of Joan Rivers. I recorded a little while ago, saved it for a Juicy Tuesday in July for you. But first, this was sort of interesting when I saw on TikTok, my new obsession, is a lot of people, we've been talking about Britney Spears a lot. You know, there's these groups, Free Britney, that seem to have started like 3 years ago. And they're kind of coming back into fruition again because she's doing a lot of really crazy yet entertaining videos on Instagram where she's sweating and dancing and walking back and forth in front of a camera. And, you know, people think it's strange. But a lot of people are doing strange stuff in quarantine. And a lot of people, especially stars, are becoming thirstier and thirstier as the months go by. And they can't be on TV and they can't get any love from any other source. Now, we know Britney has been under this conservatorship for many years now, and people are really making their statement of like, my God, she's almost 40, and according to this conservatorship under her father, Jamie, she can't, she's not supposed to be driving, she can't go out alone, she can't take medication without asking people. She basically has the rights of like a 9-year-old, and but yet we see her on these videos and she seems to be really happy and enjoying her time in a very nice home somewhere in Southern California. So what this group is doing, these conspiracy kind of like Free Britney people, is they said they believe they're communicating to Britney through her videos. So they'll say, she'll do a video dancing and they'll say, let us know where you are. Tell us where you are. Tell us where you are. And then the next video, she'll dance to the song Malibu. Okay. And then they'll say, tomorrow wear a yellow shirt. Wear a yellow shirt if you need help, and blink twice. And then the very next day she wore a very cute, bright yellow off the shoulder blouse. And she wrote, I hope you like my yellow shirt. So people are just, you know, freaking out. And, but it's like, but how is it that she needs help? But anyway, Kelly, who is our Thousand Oaks expert since she grew up there, she knows where Britney lives. And Britney, right now, her home, it's our understanding, it is not in Malibu. It is in an area, what was the name of it? You don't want to say it? I won't say exactly where it is. It's in Westlake, Thousand Oaks area down a private kind of road where it's not like a full gated community, but there's only like 3 big mansions there. And so technically it's not Malibu, but in her head, she might think it's close enough to Malibu. I don't know. Or maybe she also still has a Malibu house because I feel like we've seen her on the beach recently. Anyway, she's still with the nice boyfriend that everybody says is great. And I don't think you guys should be worried for her safety. She shouldn't be freed anyway. We're all supposed to stay home still. I don't know. Okay, let's get into, before we get to Melissa, which is a great, juicy interview, let's get into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It is back after 2 weeks. And as you guys know, I have all these great videos. I do this, all these great photos when I do this. It's on my YouTube page. Everything can be found at heathermcdonald.net. Click on it, subscribe, watch. A lot of people are enjoying my videos. Thank you. Okay. When we left 2-3 weeks ago, when they ripped the show from our loins and gave us nothing to watch, it was the weird dinner at Kyle's, or lunch rather, where she goes, oh, it's going to be a great day for children. And nobody brought their kids except for Garcelle. And her boys are like 12 and a half and were bored out of their minds. Oh, no, I take that back. They brought Teddy brought her kids, and so did Dorit. But they're all little kids. And, you know, and Denise didn't bring her teenage daughters or her daughter who has special needs. She did not bring them, and she got a lot of criticism for that. And they're like, you're a hypocrite. You talked about us being mad moms because we were talking about threesomes in front of your children at your picnic where you had a big diamond ice sculpture, Denise, yet now you don't bring your kids here. And she's just like, oh my God, all right. Like, can I just be with my husband? I showed up. None of the other ones brought their husbands. No, and they didn't. Okay, so they finally can't take it. And Aaron is pissed that these girls are ganging up on his wife. And he's like, really, really, this is the way you want to behave? We're freaking out of here. And they get up and leave, and we see them leaving. And she's like, don't say anything, baby. You know, that whole thing. We're on camera. And he's just so irritated because he's not a TV person. But let me just tell you, the producers are getting very into his business, and they're kind of really mocking it on the show, in my opinion, which is it's a very alternative kind of medicine, where in this episode they show something where she puts her hand in this machine and it takes down inflammation. And again, a lot of people are into that stuff. And when you stage 4 cancer, or you have some lupus or whatever, a lot of people use different stuff. I don't know why they're kind of like so rude about it, but whatever. So they love to kind of mock it, in my opinion, the editors. Okay, so they say Lisa Rinna runs after Denise and is like, don't leave, Denise. What is going on? Where are you going? And she's like, you know what, Lisa Rinna, let me talk to you privately. Like, I'm not into this shit. These girls are freaking ganging up on me. Well, where are you going now? It's about 6 o'clock. Where are you off to? You know what? My husband and I, we are going to get a steak and go to a strip club. All right? How about that? Oh, okay. All right. Lisa Rinna goes running back and goes into this tent that has a stripper pole in it and tells all the girls, you know where they said they're going? To get a steak and go to a strip club. She goes, well, that sounds like a real hypocrite to me, says Erica Jane. Really? We can't talk about threesomes in front of your kids, but then you're going to a strip club? And then Garcelle goes, well, yeah, she doesn't have her kids. If she doesn't have her kids, she's a grown-ass woman. She can go to a strip club on a night that she doesn't have her kids with her husband. Like, really? Why? Both Garcelle and Dorit are like, I don't really get why everyone's ganging up on Denise. Like, she's been nothing but like nice and normal to us. So then Kyle has her clothing line on, which is like a flowered pajama set. And she goes and they all try their moves on the stripper pole. Thank you for bringing back one of the oldest tricks in the book in reality TV. Women twirling around on a stripper pole. We haven't seen that in about 7 seasons. Okay, Sutton has she's a new girl. She has her own store, very fancy store in Beverly Hills with the couture clothes. And she invites Lisa Rinna over to say, I'm going to have a trunk show in a couple days where all the ladies are going to come and I'm going to have really expensive jewelry here, which none of you guys will buy. And it'll be a big waste of time for these people. But so what? We'll feature the show. And she calls it a night in Capri, which I was like, ooh, that's interesting. That's Dorit's theme. And I guess Capri is just a lot of yellow lemons. That seems to be when anyone wants to do something with Capri, I guess there's a lot of lemon trees in Capri, because that is how Dorit, mind you, I decorated my own room at Bupa de Beppo, and I called it an evening in Capri, and I used a lot of yellow lemon trees. So Lisa Rinna shows up. She puts on a navy ball gown, which looked gorgeous. And she walks down the streets and the TMZ bus comes by and she twirls around and she just loves every second of her life. Okay. Then Dorit talks to her people about how she's going to redesign her closet. And even though they're making a whole room out of her closet, it's not going to house her coats, which she will put in PK's very tiny closet. But PK, mind you, says he doesn't really have that many clothes. And it's never going to be large enough for me. They said that they can fit 150 handbags. I'm like, 150 Birkins, or are we talking about a Chanel clutch? Because that's quite different in size, mind you. Okay, then St. Denise and St. Aaron take her daughter to learn how to drive, which, again, like, she's just like, I love having Aaron in my life. Charlie never took care of me. I've never had a guy take care of me like that. He's teaching my daughter, who doesn't know what is the gas and what the brake is, how to drive. I mean, God bless him. I get it. Like, you do not want to fuck that up, Denise. Okay. Erica Jane, we have another plastic surgery moment. Erica Jane goes with Lisa Rinna to get M-Sculpt, which is this thing you stick in your stomach or your ass, and it's like you do about 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. And I really heard it works. And according to Lisa Rinna. It freaking does. My ass was like a shelf after I went to this thing. So Erica Jane gets it because she's doing Chicago. Did I tell you I'm Roxy Hart in Chicago? That's right, baby. Well, you're pretty hot. Maybe my next husband will be a plastic surgeon. Then Lisa Rinna gets her ass done with this machine on each cheek of her ass. And she goes, you know what was so great, Erica Jane, about being Roxy Hart is the monologue. And in the monologue, Roxy Hart talks about her addiction to fame and how fame is the greatest thing that she's ever attained. It's what she's always wanted. And you know what, Erica Jane? That's us. And no truer words have I ever spoken than as Roxy Hart talking about my love of fame in that musical. And I'm like, yeah, we know it. Nothing wrong with it, Lisa Rinna. You own it. You own that fame-hungry whore self that you are, girl. Okay, then we go to another plastic surgery appointment. Kyle's sister, Kim Richards, has to get her boobs redone. And she wakes up from the anesthesia, and she said, she's talking to Kyle, and she says, did you talk to Kyle? It's okay, editors. She just had a boob surgery and she can't see, okay? She had to get her glasses on. She's not so out of it. You try to get a breast augmentation and be 60 years old and not know which sister you're talking to, okay? Like, don't be such a bitch. They both start with a K, Kathy or Kyle. Okay, then Dorit reveals that she had a lover in Italy. When I finished university, first of all, only people that don't live in America call it university. Nobody, when I talk about USC, I say, when I finished USC, when I finished college. I don't say, when I finished university. Now, I might be wrong. Did she go to university outside of America? I don't know. Someone do the research. But she goes, when I finished university, I found myself in Italy, and I met a beautiful gentleman who gave me a job in fashion and jewelry. And his name was Antonio. Oh, I hope PK is not listening. So Aaron and Denise show up at the Sutton party where they have the jewelry and everything. And nobody brings her husbands, not a one, okay? Except for Sutton's boyfriend that's barely featured. Garcelle doesn't come because she's moving. That must annoy the shit out of Kyle. Another shoot date that Garcelle got out of. And Lisa Rinna didn't come because she, I don't know, was feeling under the weather. She's like, look, I already went to the store and danced around on the street in a navy gown. I'm good. I don't need to go to another dumb thing. She's already getting annoyed. So they show up, and I don't know why, but Denise leaves him alone with the women, and they all start attacking Aaron. And Erica Jane goes, really, Aaron? You think we're bad people? You mansplaining us at Kyle's house? Why don't you tell me? What are you getting at? He goes, I'm not getting at anything. You think we're bad people? I never said that. No, but you meant it. No, I didn't mean it. I think that's up for interpretation. You want to go around? No, I really don't. I'd like to end it. Well, I can go around. Well, I can go around too. Well, I can go there. Well, I can go there too. Well, I can go here. Well, I can go here too. Or we can just stop talking about, why would we want to do that? Why are you running away? And then Kyle's like, it just doesn't work when the husbands get involved. Well, you know what also doesn't work? The fucking show. It's boring. It is boring. We liked it when Ken got in a fight with, I don't even remember who he got in a fight with, Yolanda. You know, I liked it when PK stuck up for Dorit to Erica Jane, you know, and she's like, oh, my husband would never. No, he wouldn't, because he's a fucking lawyer and he's smart and he's not part of the show. He does one scene with you and we already saw him once. We're probably never going to see him again for the rest of the season. Okay. We know how this works. So poor Aaron is with his wife because they're actually in love, and he shows up and it's just like, oh my God. And then Teddy tries to get involved and she's like, you called me a shit stir, Denise. She goes, what? I did? I don't know. Why do we keep talking about this? So she's like, we're out of here. We're leaving. Oh my God, we can't even talk to her. Dorit goes running after her and she's like, look, just trust me. My husband protects me too. Let me do it for her face. Trust me, Denise. PK liked to protect me too. It wasn't worth it. We realize that now. And it's really sweet that you bring Aaron around, but it's really best that you address it now. Trust me. I'm telling you, you need to address it now. It was like this foreshadowing, like, we're gonna really come down on you if you don't get involved. We have to fight for this show. So we're going to keep bringing shit up until something juicier happens. Well, we all know what's lurking around the corner, and it's the supposed romantic liaison between Denise and Brandy Glanville, and that comes next week. So there we go. Guys, I have great stuff coming up this month on Patreon. You go to patreon.com/juicyscoop. You go to heathermcdonald.net. But now I have a very interesting, I was so excited to speak to Mel Rivers because we've been friendly for years. But of course, her mother has always been an icon, an idol, an inspiration to me as a female stand-up. And I really wanted to hear what Mel Rivers' life was like growing up, what it is now. And I think we had a really great, super juicy, interesting conversation. So here we go with Melissa Rivers.